really getting drawn to that kind of shit right now. Like the push the boundaries.
That's why I do an ice bath all the time.
Yeah,
just 'cause I like it.
That's what that Brian was talking about. Like everybody wants to stay inside the box and live in your little box, but the only way to expand your box is to get outside of it and then grow from it. Like you're never going to grow your box or your experience or your knowledge or your grit or fortitude or whatever if you don't forcefully get outside of it. Another thing he talks about a lot too, which makes I really like, is like life is gonna throw shit at you no matter what. You're gonna be put in moments of adversity, pain, suffering, shit. And the people that react to it well are people that have purposefully been there and trained that muscle.
The uncomfortable muscle.
Yeah, like you're gonna go through shit no matter what.
Yeah.
It's how you react to it. It's how you respond to it. And the only way you're gonna respond to it well is if you have intentionally put yourself through shit and forced yourself to respond. Like it doesn't just happen naturally. So that's I'm really getting drawn to that kind of stuff right now. I don't know what or why or what I'm gonna do with
It's
it,
what I teach
but
my
it's just
yeah.
like that stuff just I don't know. It resonates with me.
Yeah, I teach my 8th graders that. I really do. I
think there's such a cool opportunity to do like some type of I'd love to do like a men's group where it's like, you know, we come up with whatever a weekend course, and there's going to be like part, you know, exercise induced suffering, part like, okay, let's work through this of like, what did you feel, how are you talking to yourself, what made things better, worse, now try this exercise, part, you know, Wim Hof breathing, ice, like a whole experience to just get men uncomfortable again. That's one thing we are lacking in our. I'm reading the book Comfort Crisis. That's probably why this is all fucking in my head right now.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Man, we're so comfortable all the time, and it is not healthy. It's not healthy. Like we sleep in our comfy beds and wake up and drive in our comfy car to our comfy job, where we sit there and we make decent money, and then we go home and sit on the couch and then eat dinner provided. Like men are supposed to be like the protectors and the strong but we're not.
There's more to life than just doing those 3 things you just said. You start to realize that after you've opened your eyes and seen it. Like I'll be the first to admit, so the first 48 years of my life was that.
Yeah.
I was going to work, gym, home, whatever, and not think about, hey, I can help people with their nutrition, or I could help people with their fitness and not really know it.
Yep.
So like I said, I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit that was me.
Yeah, and that would have 100% been me if it wasn't for Cody.
Yeah.
Like Cody was very big into not let. And then once I started to see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And I saw my future, and I was like, no, I don't want to just be a cop. I mean, I didn't hate the job, but that wasn't like I wasn't fired up to do it.
Yep.
And there would be no CrossFit Angola if it wasn't for me looking at my future and thinking, this is not what I want. I'm going to follow my passion, my dream, whatever, and it's either going to work out or it's not, and I'll come back to where I was at the beginning.
But would you rather try and fail or fail to try?
I would rather try and fail. My biggest fear in life is regret of not taking action on something. I would much rather try something and miserably freaking fail, than not try at all, get to the end of my years and regret.
Yep.
I mean, that was one thing that ate me up when I was thinking about, I mean, it was probably 2 years of wanting to open up CrossFit Angola before I actually did it. And the thing that ate me up was I'm going to regret if I don't try.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it stems from Cody, or where Cody came from. Obviously, it went from Cody to you, and I had a little bit of interaction with Cody before he left. So, I mean, you have that ripple effect.
I hope
You've done that too. Obviously, a hell of a lot of us here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here, and we've expressed that before, that I would still be at Anytime Fitness, just doing the same shit.
Yep.
Still weighing 225 fucking pounds.
Yep. Well, that's a good segue. We had no intention of starting the podcast. We were just kind of shooting the shit, but here we are. I think we keep all that.
No, absolutely.
We keep all that.
Well, I mean, that's huge.
Todd. This is Todd. This is in case anybody didn't know.
Welcome to the latest episode. This is Todd. No, I think it was all valuable conversation that does like tie into what we're talking about today, and what we're setting up today, because the idea of it is a lot of what you guys are like oriented around. It's communication to yourself and to everyone around you, and nutrition is that communication. You have to tell yourself, what I'm doing right now is not working, and having that first step is honestly the first step to really improving your nutrition. If you're not willing to say, hey, eating these donuts every morning might not be the best choice, then we have to realign things. So ultimately what we're talking about is nutrition today. But before we do so, we wanted to introduce Todd. After that wonderful,
Todd.
this
Todd.
is Todd. This is Todd. After that wonderful conversation, this is Todd Squires. He's been a member at CFA since the beginning, right?
Close to it.
Yeah,
Started in April.
I'll say, yeah, dang near. So to kind of get things started here, Todd, why don't you just go ahead and introduce to those that might know you, might not know you, that kind of seen your face, may have not seen your face, whatever it may be, but give them a little insight to who Todd is, what you do, and kind of your history of things.
Who Todd is? That's a good question, too.
That's a we could be here a long time.
Let's see. Well,
This is an hour-long special here.
let's talk about Todd, the nutrition coach.
Okay, there we go. I like it.
It goes back to getting out of the comfort zone. I didn't expect myself to be here, but as people watch me, what I do. People were asking me what I eat, what do you drink, what are you having. People look, unbeknownst to me, people look to me for advice. So I figured I might as well channel that and start using it as such. So who is Todd? He's somebody who likes to watch his nutrition and guide others to get to their nutrition. It's been a learning curve. I've been the guy that didn't know that donuts weren't good for me in the morning. Maybe not donuts, but the McDonald's every morning on the way to the gym.
That's got sausage and egg on it. With protein.
It's got protein. Leave the gym and go work out, and then go grab a McDonald's, whatever, just because it was quick and it was easy.
Had calories.
Yeah. So I didn't know any different, and it's same what we were talking about before. You don't know it until you don't know. You don't know until you know something different. If that answers your question, but so I'm here to help out with nutrition in CrossFit Angle, starting here and branch out and see, let it grow organically, see where it goes.
Yeah, and what I'm super excited for is, I remember doing your foundations when you first started the gym. So I've seen you come into being a complete newbie to this functional fitness world, willing to learn, to taking what we said, pulling from other things that you researched on your own, networking with other people, implementing it, getting the results, keeping the results, which is a huge one. Anybody can do a 4-week BS plan, get the results, and then you lose it. You've kept it, you maintained, and you improved, and now you're looking at guiding other people, teaching them how to do the same thing. Which that's such a cool life cycle. In the grand scheme of things, you've been here for how many years? 3 or 4?
19.
So 4 years?
Yep.
4 years. Like in 4 years, you now went from the beginner to the master. If that's what you call it, the teacher, the guider.
So a guide a guide or a coach is somebody that's one step ahead of. If you're my client, I'm at least one step ahead of you. I'm not 20 years ahead of you. I could be. As long as I'm one step ahead of you, I can still help you.
You have the capability to help. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I've taken myself through, prior to coming here and working with you guys. Let's see, I've tried the Atkins diets. I've tried all the shit. The Eat to Performs. Well, there's been 3 or 4 other programs I went to prior to even coming here. Worked with Ken, worked with you.
Yep.
Perky and I were always talking about food.
Oh, yeah.
It's I had a pretty good base coming in. But I still weighed 205 pounds when I got here.
I remember. That's the thing. I want
like
pictures. I'm gonna throw pictures up here on the video where you'll see this is Todd. We'll put them like right here. This is Todd now, right? Yeah. This is Todd before.
Yeah, because a lot of people that are newer here know the Todd now.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't realize the transition that you've made. Full scale, mentally, physically, emotionally, your body change, attitude, everything. So for the people that don't know the previous Todd, he wasn't born like this. I've seen you work tremendously hard to create the body type again, the mindset, the life that you want, and it's a really cool place for you to now be able to help other people do that, because spoiler alert, it's about a lot more than nutrition.
Oh, for sure.
Nutrition's the tool, just like exercise. CrossFit, we don't do CrossFit for CrossFit. We do CrossFit because it's a tool that we can use to empower people and better their lives. So we, as CrossFit Angola, are going to be collaborating with Todd for his nutritional coaching service. So anybody that wants to needs guidance for nutritional coaching, Todd's going to be the guy.
Clear Path Wellness.
Clear Path Wellness.
Oh, I like that's got a ring to it.
You just make that up on the spot?
No. I could have. No.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a collaboration between Jen and JC and I.
Oh,
I
so
like
that was
it.
good. I was
like
Clear
it.
Path.
So explain what Clear Path Wellness is a little bit. The goals, how it operates, wherever you want to go with it.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got 3 basic packages, and it's go back to what Perky and I were talking about prior to this. People that are new, we'll start there. People are new to CrossFit Angola or new to nutrition. I've got a 6-week, try this for 6 weeks, very basic introductory package. But really start getting you on the right habits. If you can do this for 6 weeks, you will then, if you can sustain it for 6 weeks, you'll notice things. And then if you try to step back out of it, you're like, all right, we talked about this yesterday, and we'll continue. I had eat clean all the time, damn near most of the time, but I had a day of lasagna and woke up, just the holiday food. You wake up and just feel like complete shit.
Yeah. And that's
You don't know it until you don't know it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just another one of those things. So give the first one 6 weeks. Let's try that. After that, we can go to, there's some other programs, a 9-week program, a little more in depth, but still habit-based. And it's all client-based, In that one, you're going to come up with your own goals. I'm just going to support you in those goals. We're going to work together on them.
Love it.
And then the big one is a 6-month commitment. I'm gonna walk with you hand in hand. We're walking down the same path. I've already been down this path. We're gonna come up with goals. We're gonna come up with systems, checkpoints. But I'm walking beside you. You're coming up with the program, or you're not. You're coming up with the goals. You have to have buy-in. If you don't have buy-in, if you just want me to set macros for you, I'm probably not your guy. Anybody can set macros. You can go online and find the macros.
Yeah.
So that's the gist of it. That's the basics. And they're all, I say easy to follow. They're all simple.
Simple.
They're simple. They're
Simple,
not
Yeah.
easy.
And I think that's the big thing is why we offer something like this is because what people don't realize is nutrition. The macro is not the hardest part. It's really not. It's the simple part. You go look up macros right now on Google and search it up.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it that the habits and how do you stay consistent with these habits and how do you create these habits and all those things are where that nutrition coach comes in to help guide you. Like, hey, these are some things you can think about when you're trying to approach this goal. But I like the idea that you do have your clients focus on their goals because again, you can say, yeah, you need to lose 30 pounds, but that's not what they want to do.
There's no buy-in.
Yeah, there's no buy-in.
Yep.
So I like that. It's a good approach.
Yeah, and the thing that just from listening to me, this is the first time I've heard your breakdown of the packages.
Okay.
And the coolest thing I can see coming out of this is you are gonna, I want to say build, you're gonna form your clients into the type of person that can do this on their own once they're done with it.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
They are going to be so set up for success for the rest of their life. They will know how to eat, what to eat, how it should feel, how to make easy meals, how to come over little adversity when things show up, how to go through the holidays, all of this stuff. You're going to help build them. So at some point they know how to do this and it's going to be sustainable for the rest of their lives.
Yep. I'm not doing this. How do I say this? I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this with you.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's sustainability, accountability, the how-tos. Yeah, all that good stuff. It's
And a lot of mindset shift that's going to come with it.
Yeah.
that's the start. The mind shift. Look at your mindset. Look at your environment, and we'll look at your habits. Maybe you got a habit of. I got a habit of grabbing a handful of almonds at the night, or whatever that is.
Yep.
Let's take a look at it. Maybe you go in and grab a handful of chocolate every night before you go to bed. We'll explore some things. It's going to be more in depth than probably what you've had in the past.
Yep,
for sure.
And that's the level of in depth that it's going to be is what's going to create the lifelong changes for the people.
Yep.
It's when I took my nutritional course, I think it was like 87% of people that go on a diet or a nutrition plan gain everything that they lost within like a year after they're done, because all those plans don't, one, change the root cause of behavior and mindset around nutrition, but they don't build the tools for you to be able to sustain it afterwards. So yes, Todd's program is going to be much more in depth. It's likely going to challenge you a little bit more than you're used to.
100%.
And ultimately, that's what you need to be able to become the person that you want through the changes in nutrition.
Yeah. I mean, habits, and that's like what I try to tell people is, even when it comes to training, the gym, comes to being successful at your job, because of this, whatever it is, habits are what going to create that success, because it creates your lifestyle, and you're orienting around more of the habits, not necessarily, oh, here's 1,200 calories, hit that, right. Good luck.
Yep.
Yours is the habits, and I can even think of some of the habits I do right now. Like if I get done with my work day at like 5, 6 p.m., there's a guarantee I'll probably eat 2 meals, because I have such a large window of like openness, unless I have something planned in there. Like that's one of my habits. And so it's like, for me, I realize that habit, and now how do we change that? And those are kind of those approaches you take, but those are the game changers. Those are what shift your nutrition in the right direction. Those are what makes it a sustainable, life-changing, life-sustaining nutrition protocol, not a, oh, here's 60 days. Good luck. You've lost 20 pounds. See you later. And that's the huge thing about
unfortunately,
it.
in the society we are in now, that's what people want, is that easy, quick fix. It does not exist.
You got to put in the work.
You have to put in the work, and if you want a change, you have to be willing to make a change. It can't be this little pill or this injection or follow this meal plan. That stuff will work for a little bit, but if you don't ultimately change the root behavior, it's not going to last, and you're going to end up more frustrated, more confused, and out a lot more money.
And pissed off.
You're
going to be pissed off at whoever coach you went through.
Yep.
You're like, oh man, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because I didn't. I gained all that weight back. It's always a finger pointing game.
So I did this diet challenge from this person, but then I gained 40 pounds back. But yeah, no. So pivoting kind of back to what you're doing, do you have a specific person that you think is ideal for this program? Is it for everyone? Is it for the beginner, intermediate, elite level? Like, what does that clientele look like? Do you have an idea behind that?
Right now, it's going to be athletes in CrossFit Angle.
Okay.
It's, maybe not so much high school kids. Obviously, men my age are going to be the easiest ones to work with.
For sure.
Because I walked that path.
Yeah.
But I've also walked, I guess, I'm not a woman, so I can't go by the hormones and the things that change in their lives. But, if somebody wants a good habit-based program, I can help. I can guide them. But they've got to be willing to change. That's probably my biggest
prerequisite.
Yeah. You got to want to change. You got to want
to be willing to make
change.
some.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you a hell of a lot of questions. You're going to wonder why I'm asking so many questions, but I'm really asking them so that you figure out who you are.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's all of those. It's a lot. It's about a lot more than nutrition, and you're going to make a much bigger impact than traditional nutrition plans.
Yep.
Because you're diving cool. deeper than just nutrition.
Yep. Yeah, he with something that's looking at my notes, something pops up when you said you come home, you know that you eat 2 meals after you get done working out, if you get done early. Have you ever thought, I'm just going to throw this out there.
Yeah, go.
Prepare for failure. So you know that you do that, so what can you do to prevent that? How can you, all right, man, I know I'm going to do it, so I'm going to stop and wash my car on the way home, or add something else in to take up that time. So it's just looking at little things like that.
Yeah.
Another thing that we're talking about is look at add-in goals. Like instead of, I'll play a game with you, Perky.
Okay.
If you're up for it.
Let's do it.
So if I said, Perky, don't eat sugar for 3 days. Could you do that?
No way.
Yeah.
No. Wait, for a second.
I can do this.
Like,
okay, but if I told you, Perky, don't eat sugar for 3 months, could you do that? It'd be tough.
Yeah, that would be extremely tough. Would be extremely tough.
But if I said, Mr. Perky, I want you to have no sugar for 3 years, what are you going to tell me?
No way.
No way. What if I said, all right, Mr. Perky, could you add on fruits and vegetables for 3 days to your meals?
For sure.
Could you do that for 3 months?
Absolutely.
You do it for 3 years?
Yeah.
Pretty damn sustainable. So we look at add-in goals instead of avoidance goals. So
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to get better at. Is like more adding in something like almost like a switcheroo, as I like to think of it. Is like you're switching something out or substituting in a way.
Substituting out.
Yeah. So I like that approach because I've tried and I've lost. I was 265 pounds. I've lost over 90 pounds. So I've played the game. I've done the gauntlet. I've gone through different variations. But I had that mentality of eliminate. And then I went through the phase where it all came back and it went back to 220 pounds. And so then I had to go back and rewire everything. So rather than thinking eliminate, I was like, hey, I'm just going to eat more protein. Hey, I'm going to eat more fruits and veggies. Hey, I'm going to drink more water. And just by focusing on making that my mentality rather than eliminate, it does make a humongous difference.
When you do the elimination diet, you say, all right, I'm going to quit eating sugar. You still remind yourself that you still eat sugar.
Yeah.
All you're thinking
all you're
about is
thinking
sugar, I want sugar.
It is. It's. But if I say, oh man, all right, I can add in vegetables.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, you're telling yourself, I'm adding in vegetables.
Yeah.
You're taking that reticular activating system. You're taking that red van out of the picture.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I like that
A little
approach.
snippet.
That's what's going to be so cool when you work with people. It's going to, especially around here, small town Angola. It's going to be so much different than what anybody else is used to.
Yep.
I mean, we all have a little bit of experiences with things like that, the growth mindset, learning about the reticular activating system and all these things from different mentors, different workshops that we've done, XYZ. But for just the normal member here that, they go to work here, they come into the gym here, they don't get exposed to a lot of that type of stuff.
Yep.
Whether, and that's the benefits that they're going to receive from those seemingly little things that we've been exposed to, again, through, Cody and Lifted, different, man, they're going to get so much more than just how to eat proper. And I can't wait to see that. That is going to be awesome.
It'll be fun. I know, and I think did the other nutrition challenge going on, or is that done now?
This is I think it goes until after the new year.
One more week or so?
January 6th or
6
something.
weeks. I can't remember. I don't
Right.
even remember what day it is anymore. So
And we'll
I think so. New Year's on a Monday. That will be the last week of it.
okay.
I'm like 51% sure.
Okay. Good. It's better than it's better.
I'm more sure than I am not.
50. We'll throw something together between the three of us. Put something on social media to say, if you're in the nutrition challenge, if you want to do 6 more weeks or whatever that plan is, reach out to me, or we'll put something in the Facebook group that says, hey, here's Todd's contact info. If you want to keep going with another 6 weeks or whatever.
Yeah. So how do people, if people are interested in learning more about what you can do with them, how do they reach out? How do they get in contact with you? How do they learn more about this stuff?
I will have. We've talked about putting a board up over here.
Yep.
I'll put my info on there for the
Perfect.
gym members.
Perfect.
And most of them, if they're on Instagram or whatever, it's Todd_Squires, or catch me here. I'm here more than I'm not. So
yeah, and if anybody's listening to if you're here and you want to get in contact with Todd, ask a coach. We all got his number.
Yep.
We can shoot it to you. And you guys can communicate and then rock and roll, man.
I will put I got the whiteboard ready to go. I'll hang it up. Do some kind of, and I'm up for suggestions from the members, whatever they want to see. I can do recipe of the week, recipe of the month, whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm game for, again, asking questions, give them what they want, not telling them what they want.
Yep.
So-
And he'll be more active in the CrossFit Angola Facebook group, putting up questions,
Some stuff up.
polls, things to think about, all that stuff.
Yeah,
sweet deal.
I'm in.
All
Let's
right.
get them rolling.
This is Todd Squires.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we're all over again. All right, this is Todd.
Just stop. Yeah. But all right, anything else you want to add to it, Todd?
Yeah. Anything else you wanna leave us with?
Comments about what you're going on into here with your next adventure?
Man, no, I'm looking forward to helping people.
Yeah,
That's,
I think it's sweet.
That's my newfound passion, is helping people.
Yeah.
It has been fun.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, and it's a fun thing to do. So I'm glad you have that passion. And I will even say that if there's anybody you want to work with, it would be Todd Squires, and that's not a biased opinion. Just knowing him over the years, he's very strategical, very smart. He's very other-centered, so he will do what he can do to make you successful. So he's your guy.
Yep.
He's your guy.
I
So,
agree.
Thank you, guys.
100%.
yeah. Other than that, Seth, you got anything to add?
Nope. Glad Christmas is over. Because I'm looking forward to 2024.
Yes,
I'm ready to go.
2024 is around the
Gonna
corner.
crush this year. This year's my bitch.
All right, that's been another episode of Inside the Box. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, please reach out to Seth, I, or any of the coaches, or even Todd himself on his upcoming nutrition coaching. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.
Thanks.